Goldfinger lacking the Midas touch. Had his moments, but it was Peter Snake by Wright who celebrated a big win. Into the quarters for the first time, 10 180s, 95.653 on average. He's going along quite nicely, isn't he? 13-7 the victory. Up next, Aussie ace Simon Whitlock against Ian White. Van Gerwen, the world #1 against Jamie Lewis. And rounding off the night, a two-time world champion Adrian Lewis against Gerwin Price. Top half of the draw, Peter Wright will take on Adrian Lewis or Gerwin Price in the quarter-final. Van Gerwen, Jamie Lewis and Simon Whitlock, Ian White still to come. Wayne Lytle's here. Wayne, it was comfortable for Wright in the end.
It was. He started off a bit slow. It was 85 average after the first 5 legs, and we were saying that Peter Wright has become so assured that he just doesn't put in poor performances. So you're thinking, where's he going with this? The 5th leg, that was the deciding factor for me, even though it was so early in the game. You can see him turn early, these long matches, because one of them builds up head of steam. Whilst Andrew Gilding played okay, 93 average more or less all the way through, he didn't do enough damage often enough. And Peter Wright, he's 180s. It was superb. He looked like hitting a 9-dart at most legs.
Well, it was like 3 times he nearly got one.
Yeah, it was incredible. Some of the treble 19s, gee, I could have been closer from here.
Is he a potential winner, do you think?
This time last year, no, not for me. But now, what a player, just constantly. Over this long format, a 96, 97 average is tough to beat. Tonight, he just proved that he can do enough. In the first round was the best performance we've seen. He's got gears, and what he has got, he's got belief. And there's not a player in this tournament that will find him an easy match. If he does get beat, which is a big if because he's playing so well, someone is going to have to play extremely well to beat him.
Quick word about the next match, Simon Whitlock against Ian White. Ian White played brilliantly, beating Bunting. He
did. It was, again, behind Peter Wright, the second best performance. Stephen Bunting, 9 180s and 101 finish, and he loses in the first round. For me, that was Ian White's best performance I've ever seen from him over a long format. This is longer, but can you climb that mountain twice? Is it? Can you play that well again, Ian? I'm kind of asking him. I'm not too sure he can. I just think Simon Whitlock now, he's got a win under his belt. He's going to be tough to stop. He really is.
Up next then, the danger man from down under.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the action that's coming to you live on Sky Sports from Blackpool. Welcome to the amazing Winter Golden Fist, the second round action of the Bet Victor World Matchplay, all brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. Time now to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, ranked number 9 on the PDC Order of Merit. Here he is, Simon Ian White. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the former European champion and world finalist, all the way from Australia, please welcome the wizard, Simon.
Wookie, so this is fairly evenly matched, Wayne.
Yeah, they've actually made Ian White the favourite, and that's because he's on the rise in the rankings now, world number 9. Simon is world number 8, but that's the lowest he's been for approximately 3 years. So they think Simon's on the decline with the bookmakers, but I'm not quite so sure. That first round win over Jelle Klassen would have been such a confidence boost for Simon. I do think it's going to be close. There's not a lot in the rankings. There's not a lot in the seedings. I can see this going probably something like 13-10 to Simon.
Semi-finals he reached last year, but that was his last big performance.
It was, and he kind of went backwards from there, and it's just missed so many chances to win matches as Simon. It's odd why form goes, but it does. But this man is in the form of his life, Ian White, and if he was to go ahead and beat Simon, wouldn't surprise me at all. I think he's a real accomplished player. Sometimes looks like he lacks a bit of belief. I do hope not, because he's he's world class.
There were 17 maximums in the match with Bunting.
Yeah, Ian White hit 8 of them, Bunting 9, but he come through it. That's the main thing.
John Parr, Nigel Pearson, your commentators.
Yeah, both players in fine form to win through to this second round, and the general consensus is that this is too close to call.
100.
Simon Whitlock, who was simply superb at his 10-4 victory over Jelle Klassen, took a 5-0 lead, and he admits he's got a love affair with the Winter Gardens here at Blackpool, semi-finalist and quarter-finalist in the last 2 years, but he comes up against a pretty tough opponent. So, John Part, you've heard Wayne Mardle's view. Fancies Whitlock just. Your own thoughts?
Well, I like Wayne's thinking there, and it's true. That one win, that's enough imperial evidence for a big-time winner like Simon to believe in himself again. You know, it doesn't take a whole lot to trigger a guy off with this mentality he's had over the years, to think, okay, I'm here, I can do it now. Just the littlest reassurance, and he can put him in business.
97.
Yeah, just going back to that game as well, just as Jelle Klassen was on the comeback trail at 6-3 after being 5-0 down, the key part there is that Whitlock took out a 14 and 13 dart leg
100.
just to stem the flow and just to keep Jelle Klassen at arm's length. So quite clearly he built up a decent head of steam and was able to go through with some of his best darts in quite a while, John.
Well, yeah, and that helps to re-establish his tenacity 66 on the board and inside of matches, and timing of good shots like 180s or outs. He should be feeling fairly good. Of course, Ian, we know he's playing well. Not by any means am I saying he's out of this match. It is sometimes hard to repeat an excellent performance like you had, though, no matter who you are.
Oh, beautiful from Whitlock. Perfect switch for 18s with the last dart. Ian White, with his game with Stephen Bunting, both averaged a ton plus, 17 180s as well in that game, and he's not letting Whitlock relax here.
123.
Now, tops for Whitlock for the first leg on the board.
Well, just needs to get it down. Now double 10s. Looking a bit shaky, but it gets in. That third dart reminded me of a double 60 at the first leg in his first match. The first 2 darts weren't the best, but got the third one in, and that settles you down.
And just to underline what a fine victory it was for this fella against Stephen Bunting. 3 ton-plus finishes at a vital time of the game. 127, 118. And a 112, 103.5 average. So 2 players in form with fine victories 59 under their belt. Could argue that every win here on the match play stage is a fine win, but particularly pivotal for these two. White going down the board. Ian Diamond White plays at a nice pace, and that's good use of the cover. Look at this in response.
180.
Yeah, he doesn't need any cover.
First one of the game goes to Whitlock.
128.
Good response though from Ian White. Now can Whitlock keep up the pressure? Excellent.
56.
Spinach on sale in the Winter Gardens tonight.
40.
Well, just looking to set himself up here, White, but wasn't ideal, but still 2-dart combo. Whitlock looking for something decent here to just give White something to think about.
100. Ian, you require 80.
Yeah, so important for Ian here to hold his throw. One dart for tops. Well, there's a big opportunity now for Simon, Nigel. This could really get a hold of this match if he finishes, and not the hardest of finishes.
Treble 18 would leave double 16. He's stayed up the board, so White clearly fancies this now 50. To level it at one leg apiece. Tops he needs for Ian White.
Game shot the second.
No problem. One leg apiece.
Yeah, Ian would have felt pretty good that Simon never even got a dart at the double there. He'll feel like, okay, well, maybe he's not quite on in punishing, and he can relax a bit, Ian. And, you know, so Simon missed a chance to send a message there.
Ian White said that his first round win over Stephen Bunting was one of his best displays on TV. He's through to the last 16 for the 4th successive year here at Blackpool, and look at this from Whitlock.
140.
Good steady 140, in control of the leg at this stage. First to 13, it's a longer format this second round. Place in the quarterfinals on the line. Winner will face Michael Van Gerwen or Jamie Lewis. Winner of that game later on this evening.
$131.
Whitlock on a finish. Can he take it out?
140.
This would be some party piece.
170.
Well, it's not going to happen this time, but White's not on a finish, so Whitlock 90. Is going to be on his way back.
Yeah, that was an important third dart in the treble 17. Just to get it to 80. Nice single double situation.
85. Simon, you require 80.
Real opportunity here now for Simon Whitlock to retake the lead. 20 would leave tops now. He's got a dart at tops.
Oh. 60.
Well,
you require 121.
Can White take this out? 3-ton-plus finishes in the game against Bunting. Can he do it here? Treble 17 would leave the ball.
So in each case where there was a break opportunity and players not getting the one treble they needed in the first two. So Simon relax for the double 10.
Simon Whitlock. Fourth leg is Ian to throw
going
first.
with the throw so far. Whitlock leads 2-1.
$100.
Good old pace to this game as well. Easy on the eye.
140.
Lovely ton 40 from Simon Whitlock. Just one break of throw early on could lay a marker down. But Ian White, his body language is full of confidence, isn't he? There's no shortage of that.
100.
Well, yeah, I do sense that there's some tension, though, in each of them. They're just feeling each other out here. No one's really hit their full stride. So they're kind of working 60. Up towards it, I think, in these first 5 legs. Looking a lot like it's going to be 3-2, one way or the other.
So far tonight, a win for Peter Wright. Through to the quarterfinals, and plenty more to come. First to 13, remember. Down the board for Simon Whitlock, hits the treble 17.
He just could sneak a chance at a break if he gets the treble 20s, but Ian's he's not leaving anything to chance. I'm going to get right down. 56.
145. Simon, you require 170.
Now this would hurt White, wouldn't it? Another one of those would do quite nicely.
130.
Well, he's hit the ball.
Ian, you require 56.
Yeah, that's something to think about now for Ian, but still 56 fairly easy. Very disappointed not to get double top. Well, double 10. Great third dart. You know, a simple out, but a lot of pressure on it. You don't want to give up the first break in a match, even if it is a long one like this.
Doesn't show any signs of pressure.
140.
Ian White looks pretty calm and in control, but a good 10-40 from Whitlock. Been working hard in the build-up to this event. Simon Whitlock got his reward with that fine display against Yellow Klassen, who's been a good bit of form himself. Very much a rejuvenated Yellow Klassen, but his hopes so high going into this tournament, but quickly erased by this man, Simon Whitlock. Whitlock averaging almost 98 now. Ian White 95.
99.
Yeah, they're hitting a good pace. They're getting those averages up. Should only get better after the break, after this leg. Looks like Simon's pretty
85.
comfortably ahead here, though, to maintain the dominance of the throw. Doesn't really need to go for the bull, but he's leaving 50 for this dart.
90.
Stay in there. Nothing wrong with hitting 90 to leave 32.
Looking good for a 3-2 advantage at the first break then, Whitlock.
96.
Both players playing well so far. The signs are encouraging as Whitlock hits the double 16. Takes the early advantage here in the first break of the game, first to 13. And it's Simon Whitlock who leads Ian White by 3 legs to 2. Plenty more match play darts from Blackpool when we come back. Welcome back to the Winter Gardens here in Blackpool, where Peter Wright has already got the better of Andrew Gilding, 13-7 in the first game of the night. Simon Whitlock leads 3-2 at the end of the first session of this game. And then still to come tonight, Michael van Gerwen and Jamie Lewis. And the final game of the evening, jackpot Adrian Lewis against the former rugby player Gerwen Price, who's going to be great to watch for sure. Well, John Part alongside me here. It's gone according to throw in the first session of this game, still awaiting a break.
Well, yeah, they've been sort of in sync in terms of how their focus has increased and how the level of their play has increased over the course of the first 5 legs. And
85.
For your information, they were both on the stage throwing for just about the whole duration of the break to keep that focus there. So it should keep getting better from
100.
here.
Yep.
And I'm not trying to imply it's been bad. It's been a pretty good pace, well-played game.
With the potential to get
60.
even better. It's going to be a close contest. I think most people expect that, and the early signs are exactly that. Unlucky.
39.
Yeah, prevents him from really getting ahead of Ian. So lucky for Ian, really.
This is nice.
140.
And that's using the luck you get well. I mean, he could just sit back and you can tell he redoubled his effort there a bit and fired those in to really put the point home to Simon that he was unlucky there.
99.
Just the 1-1-80 in the game so far. That went to Whitlock, who's averaging 96. This man up at almost 95. 4 140s apiece.
60.
Now, can Whitlock hit the big number here? Force his way back into the leg.
137. Ian, you require 156.
Yeah, an excellent job by Whitlock. So Ian really going to try his best on this. Just high on the first dart. Needs to keep his concentration though. Get down to a decent finish like 56.
43. Simon, you require 126.
Treble 19 would leave the bull. Needs the bull for the first break of the game. Oh.
101. Ian, you require 113.
Well, they might have put a scare in Ian if Ian had been watching. I don't think he was. He was at the table, and he's just going to concentrate on what he has to do, which is now treble 19 for double 18. He's got the treble 19, so double 18 to hold throw. Good job there by Ian. Did not let himself get distracted by Simon's effort, which was quite good at the 1-2-6.
3-ton-plus finishes against Stephen Bunting,
59.
and now he's hit a 1-1-3 for a hold of throw with Whitlock waiting to pounce. Great character from this man, Ian White. Lost to Van Gerwen last year. He's had a good year on the circuit.
60.
It's going with throw, 3 apiece. This is nice. That's very nice.
182.
Well, he forgives himself the 59 he opened with now. And Ian, a lot of work to do here. Catch up.
100.
So still well back. Simon looking to get down now, hopefully for a 12 is what he's thinking, whether he needs it or not. Get momentum.
134.
Ian White, who reached the quarterfinals of the World Championships, of course. Nice, 2 treble 20s there, but is it
Simon, you require 128.
too little too late? Whitlock with 6 darts from here to take the leg.
100.
So on double after 12. Don't know if I like leaving 28 when you're that far ahead,
58.
but
Simon,
clearly he's
require
comfortable with it.
28.
Double 14. And there it is, 1 dart, all it takes.
Simon Whitlock. 8 leg is Ian to throw first.
So Whitlock takes the lead, and still after 7 legs of this game we are waiting for the first break of throw. First to 13. Longer format in this second round, remember. White in the last 16 of the World Match Play for a 4th successive year. And the early signs here, nothing between them.
60.
They're both in for the long haul. With Michael Van Gerwen and Jamie Lewis coming up next, and the winner of that faces the winner of this in the quarter-finals, which get underway on Thursday night here at the Winter Gardens.
44.
That's a long way away, it seems, with all the action we have tonight and tomorrow night. Good lengthy top 16 matches. There can't be any excuses after you've lost the top 16 match here. There's plenty of chance to get yourself going, play well. And I think it's only right that the format is that long.
Gets longer for the quarterfinals as well as the tournament progresses.
76.
Bigger test for players, particularly when you consider the heat on the stage here. It's baking hot environment here in the Winter Gardens. Nice first start from Ian White now. Can he hit his first 180?
174.
Played it safe, but still got a pretty good score. And the likelihood there was Simon was not going to leave a finish anyway, so, but he was just making sure, because, you know, Simon's a 180 to leave 138 in that situation. He'd regret not playing 18's third dart. So another one of those would leave double four. Oh, so let's see. Let's check it out. 53.
79.
No, 4 is not right.
But Whitlock not on a finish, so no major problem there.
98. In Uruguay, 49.
To hold his throw again and retain parity here at 4 apiece. Double 16 for White. There you go, no problem.
Ian White.
His finishing is excellent, isn't
Simon
it?
to throw first.
4 out of 6 at the finish, 67% so far for Ian White. And here comes Whitlock with the throw. Brilliant. Third 180. Right on cue.
Oh, I love when a match gets this deep into it here, where there's no break. It's exciting. And it's exciting when you have 6 perfect darts to start as well. 7.
Third up, Simon. There you go, 6 darts on the spin. It's on. Now then, can Whitlock take this out? A 9-darter on the cards here in Blackpool. 6 perfect darts. 7 perfect darts, it's on. Well, fantastic effort, bigger picture. Should take the leg out from here.
Well, Ian's only the 20 behind to start the turn, and he'll be trying to leave double. A very good shot. And if Simon's at all distracted by the fact he was on that 9-darter, he could lose the leg. He needs to be focused. 16 for tops. He looks very focused.
Game shot on the 9th leg.
Middle of the bed. You were spot on, John. Very focused. High quality contest this. Whitlock now up to a 99 average. White switches down the board. Are we going to be going into a second break at 5 apiece? First to 13. Whitlock's in the mood for sure, but 87. White won't let him pull clear.
$134.
Yeah, White's really done a good job of, every time Simon holds his leg, of coming back and playing a good leg himself. And in the one instance where he was behind, getting that 113 out.
134.
Good contest, every bit as we expected, really.
100.
Lived up to it. All the pre-match predictions that it's going to be a close contest, and some good darts as well, as you would expect. This man's hit 4 180s so far. Staying down the board, brilliant cover.
In Uruguay, 133.
White looking to take this out now. He's taken out a 113. Well, how Whitlock would love to take out a 146 to go into the break 6-4 up. It would be something special.
146.
Yeah, be momentous. Can't do it this time.
60. In Uruguay, 40.
For 5 apiece. No problem.
Game shot the 10th leg.
Immaculate finishing from Ian White. He's only missed a couple. 71% at the checkout. And we are all square here. Simon Whitlock and Ian White waiting for a breaker throw. It's deadlock here in the Winter Gardens. Join us for more second round action from the World Match Play in a few moments. quarter-finals with a 13-7 win over Goldfinger. Andrew Gilding. Match in progress, deadlock. Whitlock, White, 5 apiece. Could go the distance, this one. Van Gerwen and Jamie Lewis up next. And then the final game of the night. Adrian Lewis and Gerwen Price. Lots to come. John Part alongside me in the commentary box here. It's gone exactly as we expected. 5 apiece, still waiting for a first break of throw. We thought it'd be close, and it's not disappointing us, John.
Yeah, nothing separating these guys. And,
Simon to throw
well,
first.
it makes for a great match, interesting match. You get the feeling, though, there'll be a break or 2 or 3 in a row or something, and it'll get really spicy.
97.
Not that it hasn't been excellent.
Yeah, Whitlock averaging 99.3, Ian White 96. And White's finishing, John, has been brilliant, hasn't
60.
it? He's only missed a couple.
Well, yeah, absolutely doing the job. Whitlock not too shabby either. 50%. But not missing the opportunities, more importantly.
140.
It's a good 140 on Whitlock's throw. Now then, needs a treble.
60.
Is there an opportunity for White here with another 140 just to give him a chance of a break?
Well, it's the 180 that really would give him that chance.
97.
Well, he was trying to leave 170. Sometimes, you know, the other player would like to do it to you, so you try and do it to them first, just to irk them.
140.
Yeah. Whitlock, who has a good record here at Blackpool. Semi-finalist and a quarter-finalist in the last couple of years. He's been in the semi-finals twice.
140.
Lost out to Michael Van Gerwen last year.
Simon Uruguay 104.
Now, under pressure to take this out on the throw. Treble 18 would leave double 16. Well, a real chance for a break of throw for Ian White. Coming right up.
34.
64 he needs.
Uruguay 64.
Can he get it?
He'll be right at that treble 16. He's hit 21 instead, so 3 would leave tops, or 11 for double 16. Double 16 he's chosen.
48.
And it didn't look like too good a choice.
70.
Simon off the hook.
Very much so. Double 8 for a holder throw. No problem. Well, the finishing that these two guys are producing is excellent.
Ian to throw first.
55% Whitlock, 63% White. Whitlock survived a bit of a scare there.
$140.
I'm not too sure, Nigel, but I think that might have been the first dart thrown at a double to break.
83.
It seems like it anyway. That's how hard it's been to break.
Yeah, gone according to throw in 11 legs of this match. The chance was there.
123.
Top player. Marginally the favourite with the bookies before the game.
137.
Nice from Whitlock, but White in control, looking like 6 apiece. Is it the type of game where one break of throw could
60.
prove to be decisive? Still a bit early to suggest that, I would think, isn't it, John?
Yeah, well, you know, I think it's more a case of one break will trigger a series of them.
131.
Maybe not consecutive legs, but it'll just open up the game entirely. I very much doubt there will end up with just one break or even none.
140. Simon Uruguay 150.
All about concentration and focus in this longer format.
84.
We went for the treble 18
Yeah,
there. Now White
38.
for double 19. Only missed 3 at a double so far. Not easy, this one. Chance is here now for Simon Whitlock for the first break of the match.
66.
Here we go.
Well, he went for treble 14. It's 32 he wants now. And he gets it. 7-5 ahead.
13-legged Simon
The
and throws
first.
first.
Major moment of the match.
Game on.
Our first separation of 2 legs.
And if he holds his throw here, all of a sudden an 8-5 lead. So a bit of a test for Ian White now. But can Whitlock follow up that break? Needs a treble.
60.
Only 60. Right, now. Can White hit the big number now? Well, he's hit it with 1 dart, the same score as Whitlock. Here we go. What a reaction from Ian White.
180.
He's probably got a little upset at that turn of events, and he's using it constructively.
59.
Amazing, only 59 now. White the clear favourite to break back immediately. Good darts again.
121.
It's great character shown by White, this. Although he's been handed the opportunity because of 6 poor darts from Whitlock.
140.
More like it.
Doesn't want to let up here. Needs a treble at least. Especially now. He has to go to 19, so he leaves an outshot. So this is a real chance for Whitlock to wrest back control of the leg.
Here he comes. Here he comes.
123. And you require 160.
Yeah, probably. Well, I mean, effectually a bounce out, but it ended up getting a treble 1. Didn't really help him much. And Ian got 2 treble 20s, but not the first 2 darts, so he didn't get a chance for the 160. 119, a little bit awkward. Now just treble 20 for tops. White will have his chance.
79. And you require 20.
Looks as though it's going to be a break back immediately here for Ian White. Double 10. Well, this is a big shot now for Ian White, isn't it? Oh dear, oh dear. And now a leg that White was in control of. You fancy Whitlock from here for 8-5?
Well, he was 5 for 7 out of doubles, Ian, and now he's 5 out of 13. Whitlock, great adjustment. Gets double top, gets that 3-leg cushion.
Throw first. Game on.
And White really needs to regroup. Needs to hit a double.
Vital that he holds his throw now. Well, he's going the right way about it already.
140.
Lovely start to the leg from Ian White, but he'll be frustrated, John, because he was in control of that leg.
Well, the scoring is going very well, but his doubles have started to let him down. Crucially so.
29.
And it's Simon Whitlock with 8 out of 14 on doubles. It's flip-flopped that whole stat category, and that's the story of the match, really. That's made the difference.
Whitlock averaging 96.5, White's up to 98. Here at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool, a packed house once again gripped by this tight contest. 8-5, 1 break of throw. Van Gerwen
57.
up next against Jamie Lewis, and then we have Adrian Jackpot Lewis. It's the final game of the night against Gerwin Price, and what a story that young man is. And look at this from White! 3 180s now for Diamond White, looking good to peg it back to 8-6.
Well, at least he's got every chance to make sure he can get a double this time around. He's got that lead.
44.
0 pressure. It's good to have that chance to regroup. Double 16. Double 8.
28.
See, even though he didn't need it, you could tell it's bothering him a bit. It's in his head a bit. If Simon were to leave it finished, we can't now. But even still, Ian is just desperate to get that double.
45.
Yeah, I think Whitlock gave this leg up a long time ago. But the doubles are trouble for White. Needed that.
The 14th leg, Ian White.
As John mentioned a few moments ago, he was 5 out of 7 at one stage on the doubles. Now it's 6 out of 16. So White is going to have to sharpen that up. Now, good start for Whitlock at the start of the leg with throw. Can he fill it up? Yes, he can! 5 180s now for the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, he's not giving White any breathing room at all, and that's what you need to do. Smother the opponent when you have the chance. When you have the lead, just don't give them a hit that there's a way back.
Here we go. Here we go again. 6 perfect darts to Whitlock!
Well, he's really got his game together, hasn't he? Simon Whitlock. Showing his class.
Simon, you require 141.
Here we go again. Can he take this out? Treble 20 is the first dart. Well, he went for the ball with the second dart there.
65.
Still in control of the leg, and that's what matters most, of course. Looking to go into a break with a 3-leg cushion. And White would be the man with plenty to think about during that break.
Yeah, well, on Simon's
61.
last run for a 9-darter there,
76.
Ian was only 20 points back because he'd had a 180 and a 140. So, in this instance, Simon, not so much pressure to clean up the leg. Tops it is.
56.
He'll be back for 20.
It is still just one break of throw, though. Psychologically, 3 legs down. I know that looks
85.
tall
Simon,
order,
you
but
require
just the
20.
one break of throw. That's what White will have to tell himself. Now, double 5. Can he clean it up here? Well, he's making a bit of a hash of this.
Score.
And a very wise bust. You don't want to leave 4 when you could leave the 20 you started with. And Ian just looks like he's waiting for the break.
58.
Go regroup
Simon,
and come
you
back.
require 20.
Double 10 again then after busting his throw. Here we go. That time he
shot on
gets
the
it.
15th leg.
And look what it means to him as well. He's 4 legs away from the quarter-final. Simon Whitlock leads Ian White 9 legs to 6, but it's only the one break of throw between them. This game continues here in Blackpool in a few moments' time. Second round of the World Match Play here at Blackpool tonight. Peter Wright, a win over Andrew Gilding, 13-7. Match in progress now. Simon Whitlock 9-6 up on Ian White, first to 13. Michael Van Gerwen standing by to take on Jamie Lewis. And the final game of tonight's second round action, Adrian Lewis and Gerwen Price. That's coming up a little bit later on. So just the one break of throw in Simon Whitlock's favour here. John Part, you do feel another break in Whitlock's favour, and it could be curtains here because he's only 4 legs away from the quarterfinals.
Well, yeah, that would be a very strong position for Simon, as it is for Ian to win this match, because with the tiebreak the way it goes, that whoever went first starts the deciding leg. Effectively, Ian must break Simon at least twice more than, and that's if Simon doesn't get any more breaks. So it's a very bad position Ian's in right now, and although it is only the one break, there's not a lot of time.
Nice, he's hit 4 treble 20s in the first 6 darts here, Ian White, averaging 97. But it's his finishing. White's finishing has deserted him. He was brilliant early on, but he's now down to 38%.
Well, yeah, and there was 2 consecutive legs that really where it went wrong for Ian. The leg where he was broken, he missed some darts at double, and then he had a chance to break straight back and he missed a few darts at double. So those 2 legs where he missed those doubles, it really has put him in the bad spot.
Nice from Whitlock. 6 180s he's hit so far.
155.
Still in the leg just. Wanted the treble there.
100.
Gets the ton in the end, so Whitlock just looking to put a bit of doubt in White's mind here with a good score to set himself up. He's going to switch for 17s here.
97. Ian, you require 55.
15 for double top. Want to go straight at it. Just flew over. Needs to bring it down.
15.
Just tell the tension on the doubles, and his scoring is still there for him, and he's been very good at it. But just those doubles are so iffy.
Here's a chance for Whitlock now. 20 would leave tops for a 10-6 lead and a second break of throw.
34.
Well,
and you require 40.
That would have hurt Ian White, John. Great chance for Whitlock.
Yeah, well, he missed by a fair bit, but it was still closer than Ian's 2 efforts. And Ian's still struggling to bring it down. Does this time. Relief for Ian White. The situation hasn't worsened.
Game on.
Yeah, you do feel that that could have been desperate for Ian White if Whitlock had taken that out. 10-6 with a chance to throw for 11-6. White still hanging on in there, you feel. Used that first dart as a nice marker for tops. Just came down. Now can he hit a 4th 180 to put the pressure on Whitlock?
Well, he needed a big score, but it's not a problem for him because he's been scoring well all along. There's been no doubt about that. Ian White is a scoring machine in this match, as he was in the first. I think that was Simon Simpson.
140.
Number 9 seed White against number 8 seed Whitlock. And on his throw,
55.
Whitlock is making a bit of a hash of this and he's in danger of conceding a leg to Whitlock, to White with a break. Game very much alive and he is playing quite beautifully here.
135. 60.
Bit of a blip for Whitlock now. John, this will concern him. It's a chance for White for a break.
And to really get some momentum behind his game. Double 16 on the first dart. So that's an ominous sign now for Whitlock. He knows White's back. He's got his confidence, his range on the double. And although, as I was saying, you know, Ian will still have to break him one more time in the match to win, that Simon hasn't been winning legs lately, so that it's pretty level. Hard to pick.
99.
Yeah, good to see Charlie Adam of Stoke City here, former Blackpool player, of course, and Liverpool. Played a huge part in the halcyon days
96.
of Blackpool getting into the Premier League. Seems a long time ago now. This is nice from Ian White. Can he make it a 5th 180? Right in the middle! And right on cue! We're heading for 9 apiece, surely.
140.
Oh, good second dart ensures he has a decent turn. And no opening for Whitlock.
Well, White has dominated this since the break. He's on the verge of 3 straight legs. We're playing to a finish now.
41.
And Whitlock was well and truly in the driving seat. But White looking good to level it. 17 would leave tops. Here he goes for 9 all.
62.
He's going to be back anyway.
Yeah, and good to see that he didn't fly high or anything there. It was a good effort at the double. Should be confident enough for that double 10.
60. In you require 20.
Especially as Simon didn't really pile the pressure on. It's double 10 then. Good marker. Steps it up a little bit to make sure he gets the right kiss. Well, speaking of a flyer, that's a 6, so it's double 7, and it's sticky now.
6 score. Simon, you require
Well, could this be a dramatic twist now all of a sudden? 2 treble 19s he needs. He's not got the first, so
95.
here we go.
In you require 14.
White looking for 9 apiece now with a double 7. It's not easy, is it? Oh, that's brilliant. How he managed to pull that out of the bag with the second dart was superb. 3 legs on the trunk. White has won now. It's level again. 9 legs all. A tense showdown in the second round
59.
of the World Match Play.
No, and having lost the last 3 legs, Simon, he's got the advantage of throw, but he's got the disadvantage of the momentum.
93.
You know, he's really desperate feeling now to win a leg again.
And now you do feel one break of throw could decide it.
24.
First to 13, it's 9 all.
Well, there is a major scoring blip for Ian White. And a chance for Simon to just relax back into this leg he started.
137.
And a really good 1-3-7. See what that means to him. He's got the aggression back. He was looking so aggressive 3 darts ago.
Plenty of room for a third.
180.
6 180s for White, same as Whitlock now.
140.
Yeah, but that 20-odd score of White was just too much to overcome, even with the 180.
This is a good leg of darts, isn't it, this one? Just to remind you, you have to win by 2 clear legs. You have to be 2 clear to win the match.
78. Simon, you require 72.
Tops for Whitlock now.
32.
Couldn't have got much closer, could he?
You require 119.
Well, in likelihood, he had hit part of that top wire, and that's why it didn't really get into the board too well. So no, couldn't have been any closer. It's full.
94.
But not full.
Simon, you require 40.
Simon dodges a bullet. And yeah, he's flying them high at tops and brings it too far down. Nervy double 10.
20.
Almost really rushed that last one.
Well, this is remarkable, isn't it? White goes for 17 to leave double 4 for a break. Double 2, big moment in the match. Gets it! Gets it! 10-9, Ian White leads. It's a break of throw. First to 13.
Game on.
And now, can he follow it up with a hold? Here, needs to now.
Yeah, 4 consecutive legs, and he's 9-6 down to 10-9 up. And it's Simon who must break Ian now to have any chance.
What a turnaround, John.
140.
Doesn't have to do it this leg necessarily, but he must get a break some point in the match if he's going to win.
Well, he's going to run out of time.
32.
White hits his target here and goes 11-9 up. Whitlock is under huge pressure. Got to give this man great credit. Fantastic display from Ian White
100.
since the break. 9-6 down, 4 on the spin, turns it around, break in his favour, 10-9. Now this man under the pressure.
99.
Yeah, and I can bet you that Simon's wishing there was another break after this leg, but there isn't. He has to deal with it. He has to stay up there. He has to find some kind of solution to this current dilemma.
$57.
Could have done with the trouble really there with the last dart, but hey, he's still in a good position. Whitlock way back on 350, 330,
60.
310. So
yeah, Ian looking very good. I mean, and to think he was also in the process of this comeback. He's battling double trouble.
100.
It's really quite an accomplishment that he's managed to overcome that and stick in there and really get Simon in trouble.
stays up the board, was looking for the 140 there.
104.
But yeah, you're quite right, John. It's a fantastic comeback to start finding the doubles once again. 18 would leave double 16 here for 11-9. No problem.
Games on the 20th.
Brilliant.
Ian White. 21st leg.
Absolutely brilliant from Ian White. 5 legs on the spin, and now Whitlock needs a treble quickly, and he gets it with the treble 19. But Simon Whitlock is now under huge pressure.
Yeah, because if he doesn't hold his throw, Ian will have the throw for the match. We didn't think we were going to be saying that about 15 minutes ago.
No, indeed not. But we remind you that White, according to the bookies, was the marginal favourite for this game.
59.
Only 59 for Whitlock. Now he'd love a ton 40 here now.
Well, I'm sure he was a pretty big underdog at 9-6 down, though, Nigel. And it's really a great job. And another 180, the 7th. And Simon in mortal trouble in this match.
140.
Now White looking to set himself up for a comfortable finish to go within a leg of the game and the quarter-finals of the World Matchplay. A brilliant 140. Whitlock knows he's in trouble now. Is he going to switch down? No, he's gone for the 180 and he's hit it. So now there's pressure on White to take this out. A remarkable game. Double 16. He's got 2 darts in here for 12-9. And Ian White is in within 1 leg of the quarterfinals here at Blackpool now. And he has the throw.
Yeah, 6 consecutive legs. Looking for a 7th with the throw. But just showing Simon here, he's got a chance to stay alive. And it's not that unthinkable for Simon to win 3 legs on the trot, even though it's 2 breaks. Just a matter of 1 shot here or there changing the momentum swing.
Yes, and how often do we see a player so close to the finish line gets the jitters?
121.
But that's a great recovery from White, isn't it? After the poor first start, 2 treble 20s. So he's still in the ascendancy in this leg.
Well, I mean, what we're talking right now is about Ian trying to win a 7th consecutive leg. And that's hard in any situation, to win 7 consecutive legs.
Looking for another treble 20.
140.
Fantastic. Not on a finish, mind.
Well, it doesn't need to be, as Simon can't leave one now. He'll have 6 darts for 195. He has everything going his way now.
Michael Van Gerwen on the way, standing by, remember. What a game that promises to be.
81.
Well, only 81. Just maybe another 180 from the Aussie could buy him some life.
96.
Just the 1 treble 19 that time, but it's still on a finish. White still the favourite from here now to take this out here and now. 14 for tops. For a 1-1-4 and a place in the quarter-final in Blackpool!
94.
Will he be back in this leg now, or will Whitlock hang on to his hopes?
Not much Whitlock can do after missing. You know, Ian trying to get to the quarterfinal the first time.
20.
Always loses second round until maybe now.
Big moment in his career, double 10. Can he use that as a marker? Yes, he can! That has got to be one of the biggest moments in Ian White's starting career. He's had 2 fantastic performances on TV now, here at the World Matchplay. Whitlock goes crashing out, but Ian Diamond White sparkles by the seaside tonight. And coming next, we have got the one, the only, mighty Michael van Gerwen.
Still the maestro and the match play. Yeah. Did you like it? He loved it. Difficult against a man like this.
Emphatic for Michael van Gerwen.
That is a very big body blow.
You shouldn't play mind games with the master.
Brilliant start! Look at that pace!
Pressure.
Did it earlier, did it again! Game on!